Hey everyone, today I am very excited to bring to you the official opening of the Cabin Fever Challenge 2019. Now, this is going to be my first year participating. For those of you who are familiar with the Rifle Chair channel, this is something he's actually been doing for a couple years, and it's been since I've learned about it in the last year. I've been really anxious for this year to come around, and again, I'm excited to invite all of my viewers to participate. So, what is the Cabin Fever Challenge? Basically, what the Cabin Fever Challenge is, and I'm going to be posting a link to Rifle Chair's video on it that might go a little bit more in depth, as well as a link to the Facebook page. But in kind of a brief, high-level summary of it, it's just a fun little, easy shooting competition that's geared towards getting people out of the house after a long, cold winter, and probably still winter for some of you watching this. But get you out of the house, have some fun, and practice some really basic but instrumental marksmanship skills with whatever your favorite rifles are. Again, what it is, essentially, it's a 20-round course of fire that involves 5 rounds standing, 5 rounds kneeling, 5 rounds prone, and then 5 rounds sitting in that order, and then you have to do a reload in between each shooting position. There's going to be 4 different divisions. There's going to be basically an unlimited division or a modern tactical rifle division, so all your AR-15s, AK-47s, any of those modern magazine-fed semi-automatic rifles with whatever optics you want. That's going to be one division. There's going to be a division for kind of like your classic semi-automatic rifle. So a great example of that would be like this M1 carbine I have here that's from Auto Ordnance, which will probably be the rifle I use in that division. So anything that's, you know, kind of early Cold War or earlier that's semi-automatic, doesn't have to be magazine fed necessarily. So if you got an M1 Garand or something like that that you want to, you know, use your M-Blocks clips for, that's kind of going to be that division. And just a note, it has to basically be in the same configuration it would have been issued. So you can't have, you know, a really cool tactical handguard on it with a vertical grip or a super cool modern optic on it. It has to be in that kind of original configuration. The third division is going to be your manually operated firearms, such as bolt actions, or as I have in front of me, lever action. I actually have 2 of them in front of me because of another video I was doing today. So this is going to be anything that has a manual mode of operation in between firing each round. Again, you can do your lever actions if you want to load your rounds one at a time. If you have a old Milsurp rifle, you can use your stripper clips. I'll probably be using my Enfield for that one. Might do the lever guns. We'll see how it goes. I'm leaving things open. And then the final division is going to be your single shot rifles. So if you have like an old Springfield trapdoor, if you got like a Martini Henry or something like that, there's now going to be a division for you guys. There wasn't a division in the past, but now there's going to be a dedicated division for that. So again, each of these divisions, you can participate in whichever division you want. You can participate in multiple divisions. The only stipulation is you can only do 1 entry per division, so you can't do both an AK-47 that's all tricked out and an AR-15 that's all tricked out, because that all falls under the same division. So you got to pick. You can shoot as many as you want, but you can only enter one of those into the competition. The course of fire is going to be conducted at 100 meters or 100 yards. I'm going to be doing it 100 yards here because that's just what I have access to, and let's face it, it'll make it a little bit easier for me. And it's onto a 8-inch circular target. Now, Rifle Chair has designed the targets for you, so you can go and print out a free target. All you have to do is make sure you don't scale it to the paper. That way it'll still print out at 8 inches no matter what. You can print that out on like a 8.5 by 11 or 11 by 17 or whatever you want to do, and use that as your target. And then you're gonna have to film your course of fire, and then you're gonna submit it. You can post it on YouTube and then send a link to us at the Facebook group, where we'll have different moderators for each division, and we'll go through, we'll make sure that there's nothing fishy going on, because we're all rather astute individuals, and if we see someone who doesn't look like they're doing what they should be doing and yet they still hit a perfect target, we'll be able to recognize that. So but at that point, after the competition is closed at the end of March, We'll go through, tally up all the scores, and then we'll announce the winners for each division. And hopefully this year, there haven't been prizes in the past, but we are actually working on getting some sponsors to provide prizes for the winners of each division this year. So that's going to be pretty exciting and pretty cool. One important thing to mention that I didn't already mention, I apologize for waiting until now to say this, has to be centerfire rifle. You can do it with a 9mm pistol caliber carbine or a .22 rimfire. I would still encourage you to do it, but you won't be entered into the running to win a division unless you're using a centerfire rifle cartridge. So should mention that. That's kind of important. And also, all positions have to be unsupported, so you can't use a rest or anything like that. You're not shooting off a bench. You can use a sling if you have a sling that you want to kind of lock yourself into. I believe that's acceptable, but you know, no sandbags or anything crazy like that for your different shooting positions. So if you want a full readout of the rules or anything more in depth in regards to that, or if you have any questions, again, follow the link in the description to the Facebook group. You can ask your questions there. You can read the full rules there. Again, that's where the printable target is. But this should be a really fun thing. Now, in the past, I've invited my viewers to other shooting competitions and gotten no submissions at all. This one already has a existing audience, so there should be a little bit more competition in that respect, which should be fun. But even if you don't think you could win, I would highly encourage you to participate anyway, and there's a couple reasons why. First of all, it's just a really good excuse to get out, get to the range, go through a course of fire that'll put you in a couple different firing positions, some of which you may not have a lot of time shooting from, and get you a little bit of stress with that clock running, and it should just be a little bit of fun, and it's a good way to kind of measure your skills. And especially if you participate in this several years, you can actually measure your skills from year to year and see if you've progressed, see what things you need to work on, and all that. So I think it's a really valuable training skill. And then also it's just it's fun, and you could win stuff in this specific iteration of it. So again, even if you don't think you can win, I still think it's worth you putting forth the effort, trying it out, and go ahead and submit your score. You don't know how many people are also going to be entering, and especially if you're in like the single shot division, you could be the only person entering and still win even with a pretty modest score. So that's, again, I think it's worth doing. I think it's worth participating, and I really hope to see a lot of my viewers participating in it this year. So once again, I'm going to have a link in the description to the video that Rifle Chair did that also introduced this. He goes a little bit into some better depth in the competition itself. And again, I'll have a link to the Facebook group where you can go ask questions, find out more information, read all the rules, print out your target, all that stuff. Again, I think it'll be a really fun little competition, and hopefully after the end of March we'll have some winners, and we'll have some cool stuff to send their way. It is worth mentioning that all of us moderators, myself, Rifle Chair, Tudenom, and whoever else we can find to help moderate a division, we've all excused ourselves from the running for prizes. So even if one of us does happen to win a division, we will not be accepting the prize. The prize will then move on to the runner-up, who is also a non-moderator. So in the off chance that, say, Rifle Chair and myself end up being 1 and 2 in a division, we'll see. It'll go to the third place winner, or whatever the situation is. Again, we just don't want conflict of interest or anything that seems sketchy in that respect. So I still have to figure out exactly what I'm going to run through the competition. Again, might be this M1 carbine for the classic division. I might do my old Setme C308. I might do a bare basic AK-47 or AK-74 for the manually operated. I might do this Henry. I might do my Enfield. I don't know. We'll see. I might do multiples of each and then just submit my best score for each of them. But time will tell. We'll see how it goes. So again, follow the links below for more information, and I really hope that a lot of you participate this year again, because I think it's just going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll get some prizes sent your way. So anyway, with all that said, as always, I hope you're able to get something out of this video, and I really appreciate you watching.